Well, I can't find my headband, so hopefully these bangs are not too obnoxious. Hey guys, so sorry about my face. It ended up a little different than I thought it was going to. I ended up going more my Instagram style route. This is a review on the Pumpkin Spice Palette by Peachy Queen. They're an indie brand that I actually haven't heard a lot of. You get a mirror in it. So yes. Very beautiful. Should we just hop into this? Hey guys, so here's the Pumpkin Spice Palette by Peachy Queen. The packaging is beautiful. Very fall. And here's the inside. Oh, you get a mirror. My nose is itchy. So here it is. You have 5 mattes and then the rest are shimmers, which already kind of like, one second, you guys gotta be down. Like, maybe it's just me, but I way prefer mattes over shimmers. I use way more mattes in a look than I do shimmers. So I just always appreciate it when there's more mattes than shimmers. And that's what I thought originally when I just first looked at this palette. Like, I do wish there was like an orange shade like this, but a matte. Since it's like the pumpkin spice, like this comes off more like reddy-ish. So I have some thoughts. Like I was talking about, I wish there were more mattes than shimmers. But also when I started using this palette, I was like, what? Because these, okay, maybe you can see, I hope you can, but they're like putty. And when I use this in my look, I'll put up a picture of the look I did last with this. One of the things I hate about shimmer eyeshadows is that there's so much stinking fallout, and I like can't handle that. Like, if I want glitter all over my freaking face, I'll put glitter on my face, but I don't want my eye glitter to fall down on my face, like my shimmer. Like, I prefer mattes so much over shimmers that when I look at a palette, I don't even really like care about the shimmers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds kind of weird, but that's just kind of how I think. Like, my brain just like disregards the shimmers in here and basically just looks at the mattes and judges palettes by the mattes. This has a shimmery black, which I know people are like, oh my god, shimmery black, but this is freaking gorgeous, you guys. Okay, so hopefully you can see it. But the shimmer is not just like on the top layer, or you're not just gonna get a little shimmer to where it's awkward. There's a load of like shimmery glitteries in there, which I think that's beautiful, and I want to use that today. So I just got deodorant on my brush. Nice. At least my eyes won't sweat. I'm gonna start. Nope, I have to prime. Holy cow. Today I'm just, it's one of my favorites. So I also have been into, well, I'm going into this shade, and just gonna put that, I'm gonna put that like higher than my crease, because I want, since I think I'm gonna have this shimmery black on my lids, I want these colors to still show up, because odds are I'll bring the shimmery black slightly above where my crease is, just because my crease is pretty small, and that's normally what I do with makeup, is I like to kind of extend it. With the looks I do on YouTube, I like them to be like slightly more wearable than my, like the other looks I do with them, just to, I don't know, just to show that you could do more with a palette. Like, I could do something extreme or something pretty chill, but I don't know how today's gonna turn out, I guess. I mean, we're gonna have a shimmery black on our lids, so there's that. These mattes, I feel like have the perfect pigmentation, and they blend so well, especially together. They really blend themselves. I was very surprised. Like, I hadn't heard much about this brand, but that Sample Beauty palette, if you guys didn't see my rant on Instagram, holy cow, that Sample Beauty palette was absolute crap. I'm probably gonna make a video on it, but I also don't want to bring so much negativity, you know. Like, you guys probably noticed that most things I review on my channel, I'm like, oh my gosh, I like this, and that's because I like to talk about things I like. And if there's something I don't like, maybe I'll mention it somewhere like small, but not make a huge deal about it. But what do you guys think? I don't know, should I make a review on that palette? Because if you use it a certain way, it could work, but it's like that palette obviously wasn't designed to be used that way, you know what I'm saying? The quality of these shadows really surprised me, and I'm digging it. So it's also not like I have some fallout. The mattes, you get some fallout, but with the shimmers, absolutely no fallout, which is insane to me because like I always have fallout with shimmers. I like even be really careful about it, and I still end up with fallout. So anyways, I need to stop talking. With this shade, just kind of put that a little bit lower. I have two mirrors. I have a magnifying mirror and then just like a regular mirror. So, cause like when you're looking at, I got black shadow on my face. Like kind of like when you're working on a painting, you know, like you work up close on certain spots to be detailed, but then you have to step back and look at it, and that's what I found helps me most while I'm doing my makeup. Yeah, I like that color. Like my eyes, I feel like, okay, it's kind of washed out because my camera's doing weird things, but it kind of looks like leaves, like fall leaves, like the trees outside my window. I'll give you my overall thoughts on this palette once I'm done, but like usual, when I look down, my settings get really bright, but then when I look up, it gets like almost normal. Can't see my boobs. I really like this brush. It's by BH Cosmetics. It's like a fluffy blending brush, but it's also like kind of flat on one side, which I like because you can just kind of like get it in the crease. So nice. I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is quite a deal similar to this one, except this one's like a little bit more bright, you know? I don't know exactly. I think I'm going to start out with a cut crease and we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to use the NYX glitter primer. Like these shimmer shadows are like putty, but then this like glittery one isn't. So I don't think, no, that one is. Okay, anyways, let's just get into this. I wonder if that's like a matte formula. It's probably like a matte formula with the shimmer in it. That's at least what I'm guessing. Is this too big? Just gonna put this glitter primer down like where I'm gonna be cut creasing. It's really pretty though, wow. It's so, you know, like some people, like some brands are like, I'm a little scared, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of black in this, or a little bit of shimmer in this black, but then it's like, okay, but what am I gonna do with this? Because the shimmer's not noticeable enough to do something like this, but then I can't use it to deepen like the other shades. But she just went all in, and I appreciate that. I love this. I think that's beautiful. I kind of want to draw spider webs in these glitteries. Or what if I turn this guy into a spider? Like a happy one. Some people get so heated about glitters or shimmers in the black, but this is beautiful. I should have used one of those putty shimmers to show you guys that like there's no fallout with those. That's insane. But I wanted to use this guy today. I'm gonna clean up this fallout, figure out what else I want to do with my face, and I'll like finish the bottom lash line. First off, I found my headband, but it's too late for that. So anyways, my tongue is tea color because I've been drinking tea as usual. I decided I wanted to go more my Instagram style and less natural. So this is what we ended up with. I love this black glittery goodness. I hope you can see, but my camera's being just kind of funky right now, but it's just, I love that shadow. It's so pretty. I know it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I really like it, so there's that. Overall thoughts on this palette. Just even by looking at it, the color story is so unique. I know I say this in a lot of my palette reviews, but that's just more of the route I like to go down, you know. But I like the color story. It's cute, it's fall, it's pumpkin spice. Saw this and I was like, oh, there's more shimmers than there are mattes. I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, So excluding this black one, because I think it's more of like a matte black with the glitters in it, so I don't think it applies like as being these shimmers. These shimmers right here are like putty. So one of the things I hate about shimmers, like I mentioned before, put them on your eyes and then they get absolutely everywhere. Even if you use a primer, like a good glitter primer, like throughout the day, they're just gonna be on your face, and I can't stand that about shimmers. But these, when I was working with them, I had absolutely no fallout, which was insane. So to me, having a palette like this with this type of formula, I don't really mind that there's that much more shimmers than there are mattes, because I don't really have, even the ColourPop ones I get fallout with, like the Super Shock shadows, I get fallout with them still, but these I don't at all. So I don't mind having a palette that has more shimmers in my collection if they're this type of formula, because I don't really have anything like this. So I appreciate that. I have to pee, so I'm talking really fast. One thing I would say about this palette is some of these shades, like let's see here, these two are very similar. These two are also very similar. Like there's just, like, yeah, I look at them and I do see a difference, but at the same time it's like, if I use only one of these shades on my eyes, I wouldn't be able to really tell the difference between the two, you know what I'm saying? They're so close that once they're on your eyes, it's like I can't really tell. Like these two, I just wish, I don't know, they just seem, there's a difference, of course, but it just seems too similar to be in the same palette, especially if it's a smaller palette. Also, if they were like quite a bit more different, it just adds so like a lot more you can do with this palette. You can already do so much with this palette. Like my two looks are pretty different that I did. See more of like a natural look with this palette, let me know. This kind of just happened. I think that's about it. I didn't get to play around with this yellow yet though, which looks really pretty. That's gonna be my next one. I can already tell. That's beautiful. Okay, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna do a sunflower themed look with this yellow, and it'll probably be up on my Instagram at some point. So anyway, that's about it. I really like this palette. I like it. I feel like I say this in all my palette reviews, but I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Especially since when I initially looked at it, I'm like, oh, those shimmer shades though. Like, I am mostly just into mattes. But also, I love this black so much. I don't really have anything like this, and I can see myself reaching for that quite a bit. And also these shimmers, I can see myself like going out of my way to reach for it while I'm doing a look, even if it's not the primary palette I'm using, because these shimmers don't have fallout and they don't give me the problems I get with shimmers. You also don't have to wet them. I didn't have to wet them. I didn't have to use them with my finger. I could use them with a flat brush, which was amazing. So I can definitely see myself going out of my way to reach for these shimmers. Even though I absolutely hate shimmers, I actually really dig these ones. So yeah, I think that's about it. I especially know that I appreciate a palette and its uniqueness when I literally go out of my way to like pull a color from it, and I find I'm gonna do that with this one because of the uniqueness in the shimmer formula, you know. I'm also going to review their Peachy Queen palette, which looks like this, so stay tuned for that. Do you want me to show you? There it is. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to play around with this one more and give you guys my thoughts on that. I think that's it. Have a great day. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one, if you watch it.